Okay, so we're going to solve some equations here. When we're solving, we've got to remember to make the letter that they want the subject. So that means moving everything away from the letter to leave the letter positive, and with all the numbers, etc., on the other side of the equal sign. So we move things by doing the opposite operations to leave C where it is in this case. So we're going to take away 5 from both sides first to get the 4C on its own. 11 take away 5 is 6. In doing that, the 5 has disappeared on the left hand side because 5 take away 5 is 0. But to balance it, because the equals means where the left hand side is, it must equal the right hand side. So to balance, we must do the takeaway on the right hand side as well. We know what 4C is worth. We want to know the value of 1C, of course, because it says solve. So we share by 4 to end up with just 1C. 4 divided by 4 is 1, so we're left with 1C. And 6 divided by 4 on your calculators would be 1.5. So C equals 1.5. And although some of you will not do this, you should really check that what you've got there is the correct answer. And checking just simply means that if that is the value of the letter, then put it back into the equation, and you should find you get the answer of 11. So 4 times 1.5 plus 5, do that in your calculator, you get 11. So happy days. But do get in the habit of checking equations, anything to do with algebra, because you get values for letters for a reason. It's to make this equation true. So the next one says we're going to solve this with a bracket involved. So lots of ways of doing this. We could divide by 5 first and then take away 7, or we could multiply the bracket and then do whatever. So there's lots of ways of doing these calculations, but a lot of people would expand the brackets first. So 5 lots of E is 5E, 5 lots of 7 is 35, and that equals 20. We want E as the subject, so we're going to take away the 35 from both sides and to tell us what 5 E's are worth. So 20 take away 15 is negative 15, and we know what 5 E's are worth, so we've got one of them, so we're going to divide by 5, so we end up with E is equal to negative 15 divided by 5, which is negative 3. Again, we should check. So 5 lots of negative 3 plus 7. Negative 3 plus 7 is the same as doing 7 take away 3, which is 4, and 5 fours are worth 20, which is correct. That's what the right hand side is, so that works. So again, it's worth checking, making sure you don't lose what should be fairly straightforward marks when you practice and understand the principle of solving equations. The last part of this is a little bit of use of the indices rules. It says simplify m cubed squared. So there's lots of ways of doing this. If we remember what squaring means, then it means you times the same thing by itself. So we've got m cubed being squared, so it's m cubed times m cubed. And then the rules of indices say that when you're multiplying with the same base of m, or the same base of anything, the powers can just be added together. So this is the same as saying m to the power of 3 plus 3, which is m to the power of 6. You could also remember that there's a rule that says when you're doing a power raised to another power, then you can simply multiply the two powers. So this would also be m to the power of 6. If you're not happy with all of that, then you could think what m cubed means. It means m times m times m, and squaring means that you times it by the same thing. So times m times m times m. And then when we're timesing, we can see that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 m's being multiplied. So that's the same as m to the power of 6. So whichever way we like to think about it, then we end up with m to the power of 6. So some examples of solving equations using some of the ideas of inverse operations to get the letter you need as the subject on its own, and then doing the check to make sure it all worked, and then a little bit of a reminder about the use of some of the rules of indices.